Yeah, again? Yes. Such a good movie. All right, we're live and we're back. And as I just said a few moments ago, I have a challenge for you all. It's going to be a nice little competition challenge, which obviously you're going to need your Chromebooks for, because I'm going to be posting this challenge into Google Classroom, and then we will get to work on it. Now, what I have is this. In the assignment that I am going to post in a little bit, there is a link for a Google form where you will submit your answers. When you submit your answers, you will be able to see which ones you got correct and which ones you got wrong. And for the ones that you got wrong, you can actually go in and edit your mistakes and resubmit it after you've figured out what the correct answers are. Now, I'm going to show it up here in a moment. I have a Google Sheet that will collect the answers once I refresh it. Here we go. I said Google Sheet, and this thing thought I was talking to it. Right here. You can see right there. Oh, hold on 1 second. Come on, you. There we go. Oh, where's my score? Hold on. How do I make this go to the left? Boom. There we go. There's my score right there. You can see it. It's great. I know, because I cheated. No, I know what the answers are because I figured them out ahead of time. Well, yeah, we'll see. Well, what? I want to hear the wording.
I said the teacher can cheat, we can cheat.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You know why? Standards. Also, I've earned the right to cheat. Anyway, so, oh yes, and of course, if you're in the chat right now, thankfully, or hopefully you'll be leaving a comment real quick before we get this challenge started. So in this assignment, there is a link for the Google Sheet, but then there are also 9 links to a cryptology puzzle. Now, some of these puzzles we have not done before in terms of the method that you will need to solve them. But you may be able to figure out, just based on pure logic alone and the example they give on the page, you may be able to figure out what the answer to said puzzle is. And if you are completely like, oh my gosh, what the heck do I do? Which, by the way, I'm going to show you the first one, just so we're all on the same page with it. But if you're lost of like, oh my gosh, what the heck do I do? How do I solve this? There is also a link on the actual page that could lead you to more examples and explaining how to do it. And I'll show you that in a little bit. There are 9 puzzles. Of course, I'm going to give you the first one. And when you believe that you have all 9 correct answers, you are going to submit them into the Google Sheet. When you submit it, you have to submit it using, obviously, you have to be logged into your school email. There will only be allowed, you'll only be allowed, obviously, that one submission, but then you can edit it and then resubmit it. So, obviously, it's just you, whatever. It should replace the old one, I believe. I hope. But regardless, I'm going to look at that Google Sheet and determine, based on timestamps, who submitted the first perfect score other than me.
No.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me walk you through the first one. Just so you know what this website is about. Now, honor system. Clearly, you could Google certain things. Clearly, you can manipulate certain things on the website to get certain answers. There's no cash prize for this. There's no grade on the line for this. Okay? Honor system. You got to figure this stuff out on your own. You may need a separate sheet of paper for some of these things, just so you know. And your notes may or may not help depending on what it is that you're doing. So here we go. Hold on. Here's the first one. Now you'll see that this is something that we've never actually done before. I'm sorry, let me rephrase. This is something that we've kind of done before. This is a Caesar substitution cipher. But it's set up to look like this nice looking dial. where this would be like an actual dial where the wheels could turn. It's kind of nice. Now you can see where it says high school, blah, 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 and then it says easy 1. There are 9 puzzles. Easy 1, 2, and 3. Normal 1, 2, and 3. And hard 1, 2, and 3. You'll see when you get to the thing. Sometimes, and this is very important, sometimes they will put a keyword up above the box right here, and it's not very obvious. Sometimes they'll put a keyword because you may need that keyword in order to solve said cipher. Just keep that in mind. Now, I looked at this and I'm like, okay, if I were you, how would I go about attempting to do this Caesar substitution puzzle? And I thought to myself, well, okay, E, according to this, am I looking at the outside E or am I looking at the inside E? I was like, well, again, if I knew nothing about this, perhaps I would try it one way and see if the word actually came up the way it's supposed to go. So, for example, let's start with the inside E. So it goes E-X-O-A-B-O. So E-H-X-A-O-R. A goes to D. Oh, it says hard. And then B goes to E. And then O goes to R. Harder. I'm on the right track, mainly because I got a word that makes sense. If you did it the other way, where, and again, it depends on what the algorithm is, because you might be of the opinion that, well, maybe I'll start with the inside letter and substitute it for the outside letter, or maybe I'll go for the outside letter and substitute it for the inside letter. Your choice, technically. But according to this is what they did. Above each little box, by the way, I'll finish this out in a moment, but above this little box, you have a link that gives you the title of said cipher. This is the Caesar substitution cipher. Basically, in the Caesar substitution cipher, if you happen to remember, they list the alphabet A to Z, and then they shift over the cipher alphabet. They literally just shift it over, but they keep the order of the letters in the same order. So they shift it over like this little dial right here, where now A is going, well, technically not A, but A is technically shifted to X, and B is to Y, and C is to Z when you go to the cipher. And when you go from the cipher to the plain text, you got to go backwards. So let me finish this out. What is Q supposed to be? T, and then E is supposed to be H, and then X is supposed to be A, and then K. You can pretty much figure out what K is supposed to be, right? According to the context of the way this thing is shaped, according to what this word started with. Yeah, should be than, I should say, than. Harder than. Any guesses as to what it's supposed to say?
Harder than you think.
Yeah. For a brief moment, I actually accidentally flashed that on the Google Sheet. Yeah, but my intention was to go over this first one regardless. But it's harder than you think. Now, of course, like I said, you could always click on this little link up here, this little blue link. If you're like, again, 9 puzzles, did the first one with you. You're going to submit 9 different answers to this Google Sheet. They're all set up for you. But if you get to a point where you're like, oh, I don't know how to do this one. Oh, I looked at the example. I'm not really sure what this thing should be. You could always click that little blue link at the top, and it will bring you to something that will talk about it in more detail. And it will give you the how to solve, what is the Caesar cipher example thing right here. And then, of course, you can go back. Go back. There we go. Now, you could, if you wanted to right here, there is a submit button. Harder than you think. You're going to have to submit it, number 1, all lowercase letters. No punctuation. And if you click it and you're right, it tells you good job. Give you that little dopamine boost. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, goodness gracious. Now, and then I'll take you to this screen. Now, from this screen, you could keep going. Like you could click, the easy one again, and it'll give you easy 2. But I'm going to give you this right here. In the Google Classroom assignment, I have all 9 links set up for you. So you just do one at a time in order. And then ultimately, you are going to submit it. I should bring this one up. There we go. You should submit it. Oh, I've already responded. So I'm not going to show you that. I know. But you can submit it to here, and you can see easy 1, easy 2, easy 3, and I've labeled them by the name of the type of cipher that you're going to see. Now, a lot of these you've seen. You've seen cipher. You've seen transposition. You've seen rail fence. You've seen Vigner, however you pronounce it. And you've seen columnar. But some of these you haven't seen. Polybius, Apache. But the thing is, I'm telling you right now, based on a brief explanation of an example or based on clicking the link above it, you should be able to figure out what this thing does. I believe in you. No, I really do. I do believe in you guys, though. Yes?
So on the website, if you like get the answer and submit it, you just find out if you
You can. You got to make sure that you type it correctly, of course. Ultimately, you type it into, I can't see it. You type it into the Google form right here. And, maybe you type in the answer wrong. Maybe you had it correct on the website, but you typed it in wrong here, or I don't know. The answers are very precise. No punctuation, lowercase, things like that. And again, honor system, no cheating. Clearly, there are ways of cheating to get these answers. This is not a cash prize. This is not for a grade. This is for bragging rights and for my respect. Several of you just sat up. Several of you just sat up like, oh, snap. I need that. Exactly. So again, for those of you in the chat, if you have not left a comment, please make sure that you do so. I am about to make this competition live for you guys to attack. Any questions? All right. We're going to hit this thing in the head. I don't know. So let's see. Edit assignment. Now remember, you're submitting to the Google form. Yeah, this is for today's challenge. I'll just do that. And all right. I'm going to click assign. Click. Assigned. Go. Start with you already have the first one, but make sure you have that answer written down. I'll leave it on the board for now. If you do get super stuck, you can skip and come back. You just have to make sure you enter in the answers in the correct order on the Google Sheet. Or, I'm sorry, the Google form. just make a quick phone call. Hello, this is Mr. Markey. Hi, do you have Chris Paul today? Okay, could I possibly borrow him for just a couple of minutes? Yes, please. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I don't want to distract him from that. So, okay. Thank you. Bye. I know, but you guys, my heart is pounding for you guys right now. Are you feeling it? It's a race. Just as a small reminder, though, sometimes in the top left corner of that little white box, they'll give you some kind of a key. Sometimes you need that key. Sometimes, for most of them you don't, but sometimes you need that key in order to figure out the rest of the cipher. Here, stop by.
For
Your trophy.
oh yeah.
Are you going to see Nick at any point?
Yeah, I'll see him.
Hold on. I'll put a picture on Twitter. Being presented. Hold on a second. Get this thing here. Close that out. Which one is it? It is. There it is. Yes.
Wow.
Look at that. Feel that. Feel that. That's legit.
This is legit true.
Yeah, stay over there. Stay over there. Here. Okay. Here. Hold this. Hold this. You can take a picture from it. Here. So, no, stay over there. Stay over there. You hold up one side of it right there. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, give me glasses on. Hold on.
This is what happens when you win fantasy football, right here.
Good? There you go. All right. So you hold that. I'm gonna take that. Excellent. I'll take a close up of that one. Put that right there. I'm sorry, I'm doing the whole thing.
This is so cool.
Yeah, I know.
I totally forgot about this. I just stopped by.
I'm gonna put Chris's next to it. I'm Chris, you're Chris. I'm gonna put Nick next to it as well. We're gonna style them like that. Really nice. Look at that. There we go. Excellent. Yes. So you can carry that if you want, or you can put it back in there. Just to show people. But then yeah, of course.
Yeah, I should be seeing there.
Exactly. Yeah, 'cause I know he's virtual right now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they've been sitting there for the longest time.
Yeah, I totally forgot about this.
And this was the first day that I have them working on a challenge right now. But this is the first day I'm like, oh, I need to get them out of here. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
It was a play. It was a play who's doing fancy football.
Yeah, good job. It was an upset too.
It really was.
Just so you guys know, that was my first semester course, the mathematics of sports, in which we had fantasy football teams, and they had to analyze various aspects of their season near the end, of course. It's a fun class. Yes, I did. I lost in the first round of the playoffs. At least I made the playoffs. I'll put this on Twitter. You guys want the good news or the bad news? Huh? Well, I probably shouldn't have given you a choice. I'll give you the good news first. Actually, no. It's the same news. There's a winner. No, it wasn't you. Dom has won the day. Yeah. Yes. Well, I wasn't expecting clapping, but
We get
participation.
you showed up. No. You guys did fantastic. You guys did fantastic. Like I could just see it in like your face. Like there was a palpable stress coming up from each of your desks. You know what I'm saying? No, but that's a good thing. You know what? That's a good thing. It's a good thing. Like this is what not typical code breakers go through. But think about the idea of like you're in a room, you're trying to crack these codes. There may be lives on the line for you to crack these secret codes. Let's say during World War II or something like that. During World War II in England, there was this place called Bletchley Park. I may have mentioned it verbally once or twice before. But Bletchley Park was the place where they got like tons of people, like dozens of people from all walks of life to be able to work together to crack codes. And when they got one of the German codes, they knew they only had less than a day to get that thing cracked if they didn't already have the key, which they were trying to get keys because the key books were actually out there. They were trying to get them stolen. It's this whole daily grind of trying to figure out ways of cracking codes. And you guys got a little taste of that right now because you were under the clock, right? That's great. So I'm going to suggest, if you do want to finish out the codes on your own, that's completely up to you if you want to knock that out. And to get that submitted as well. That'd be fantastic. If you just want to submit what you have, just to be like, that's fantastic. Can I ask you, which cipher gave you the most trouble? Okay, he says hard number one. Agree, disagree? Yeah? Which one?
The rail cipher gave me the most trouble.
The rail cipher was misleading. Yes, it was a rail cipher. but the way that they gave you the cipher code was automatically set up to be solved. Yeah, literally, yeah. It was it practice makes perfect? Yeah, it was the one where literally you go like down and then up, or like up and then down, stuff like that. But no, but here's the thing though. The only reason why that worked was because whoever set up the website, wasn't me, but whoever set up the website set up that particular cipher in such a way where it's like everything just lined up perfectly. In reality, it wouldn't line up perfectly. In reality, they might just give you a stretch of letters, or they should split them up better than what they did. But technically, that was a rail fence cipher, which I did see several of you trying out the rail fence. It's fantastic. It's great. Well, in one sense, it could have been gibberish, but in another sense, it was 4 rails. So if you set up the 4 rails correctly and actually do it, then it would look like this. Like, just bear with me. It'd be like, like down and then up and then down and then up, right? In fact, let me bring it up to the screen right here. You guys can't see it. You guys can't see it, but Shirley, she's on the live chat right now. She just submitted a perfect score as well. Wow. Okay. There's a bit of, I didn't know what to call it. Oh goodness. So let me look at the rail fence first, and then I'll look at hard 1. There it is. Okay. So like with the rail fence, they do tell you it's 4 rails, obviously. But the thing that really messed it up was the way that they situated all the letters. Because if you just go PRACTICE, like that practice makes perfect. But they typically wouldn't set it up like that. They would typically set it up as something like this. They would set it up like that. And if they set it up like that, then you would definitely need to write out the rails, So if you're going to do that, there's 5, 10, 15, 20. So let's see, for 4 rails. So which time I got? I got a few minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then let me use a different marker because that one's dying on me. So it would go boom, 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 boom. Right? Would it go like that? Yeah. So, okay, cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will this actually work out the way it's supposed to?
No. You have to go down and up.
Oh, did they totally not do it the way that I wanted it to?
No.
Hold on, let me see something here. Oh, snap. Okay, so it really should have been like this, right? With 4 rails. Oh, wow. Yeah. So they did the rail cipher differently than what the rail cipher is supposed to be. Oh, this high school. But yeah, it was practice makes perfect. Yeah. But the thing is, the example does kind of give that away a little bit. Where it says, hello, how are you? X. Just weird. What was the other one? You said hard 1? Okay. Keep in mind, I only have about a minute right now. I may not be able to complete this fully. But where's the example here for bifid? Here we go. So check this out. Here's the example. The message is the word guess. And what they did for the word guess, let me make this a little bit large. There we go. What they did for the word guess was if you look at the letter G, the letter G is 2, 2 in the grid. The letter U, where is it, is 4, 5. And if you look right here, 2, 2, 4, 5, and then they did the same thing for E and S. But when they wrote those numbers vertically, they actually wrote them out horizontally, 24, 14, 42, 55, 33, and then took that and actually encoded it. Okay, 24 is I, 14 is D, etc. And that's how they got the ciphertext. It's a matter of working it backwards. I'm rushing what I'm saying only because there's about 20 seconds left. So here's what I'm going to do. Thank you guys for those submissions. I see you all right there. That's fantastic. We're going to have to review a couple of these when we come back on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So, I love challenge day. By the way, do you know how you could have cheated?
You could Google website.
No, you just submit it and then we'll get the answers.
I mean, that too.
Well, one thing, you could also right-click and view page source, or the code source.
Yeah.
On the website, if you right-clicked on the website and clicked view code source or page source, so to speak. But I was just saying that's how you could easily find the answer.
Puzzles are easy.
What?
Puzzles are easy.
Puzzle? Yes, I believe so. I got to double check that. Anyway, thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. I got to set up for my next class.